This is Financial Straight Talk with Jim Fox.
Thanks for joining us on another edition of Financial Straight Talk. Glad to have you with us as we talk all things retirement, helping you put that plan in place for your financial future. With Jim Fox, he's the founder, president, and investment advisor representative with Wadadley Financial Group. I'm Kevin McAlpin. Remember, that number to reach Jim and his team is 321-414-7526. 321-414-PLAN, or online anytime. It's getfst.com. Well, Jim, this blew me away. Can you believe Drew Barrymore just turned 50 years old?
Right?
Like, we're talking about getting older. Good grief. 50 for Drew Barrymore already. Unbelievable, isn't it?
That's it. Wasn't she in Firestarter? Do you remember that movie?
I do. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she was like a little kid in that, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was. Well, time is flying for all of us, I guess, isn't it?
Well, I mean, come on, dude. I'm turning 53 this year.
Yeah.
How is that even? That's like not even, like, I literally was driving in listening to old school hip hop on the way in today, right? I'm like the old guy bouncing my head going down. You know, it's just, why are we all getting so old? That's the question.
All right, what's on the old school hip hop playlist though for the
So, you know, I'm a Wu-Tang guy, and I always have been.
Yeah.
And I find my daughter is really into old school hip hop with me, right? Like really into it. But the problem is I got to be super conscious of the words that my 11-year-old is learning, right? Like it's not that she obviously knows the words and she shouldn't say them, but she starts singing stuff and I'm like, oh my God, like why is she singing? You know, but Wu-Tang is our kind of go-to. That's our joke. And I'm going to surprise her someday they do like these like Wu-Tang, like, what do you call it? You know, when like other people tribute bands, right?
Yeah,
to Wu-Tang.
like cover bands,
cover bands. And there's some really good ones, and they do more of like a clean version of Wu-Tang. Right. I want to surprise her with that someday, but I'm not quite sure if my 11-year-old is ready for, you know, a rap concert. So yeah,
I had The Chronic when I was a kid. Remember the BMG? You could buy like 10 CDs for $1.
I still owe them with interest. I owe them, I don't know, $48,000 probably.
They're going to come. There's going to be a knock on the door. Mr. Fox, we need to talk about those CDs.
Yeah, where are those CDs at? You know,
there you go.
Because nobody I know ever bought all the CDs. I'll be honest with you. Half of us didn't buy a CD. We got the 12 or 20 CDs for a penny and just never bought anything else. Or you'd send it to us and we just never pay for it, you know?
Right, exactly right. Well, hopefully they don't come knocking on the door anytime soon. I wonder if the statute of limitations might have worn off on that one.
Yeah, I think they're out of business anyway, so we're good.
I think you're right. Well, listen, I bring up Drew Barrymore because, again, she just turned 50. And, Jim, not only did AARP send her a membership card, get this, they put her on the cover of the magazine as well.
Lord.
However, Barrymore, now 50s, she hasn't really been able to wrap her head around retirement just yet. And recently, she told CBS Sunday Morning she's in a working state of mind, and she has been since she was 11 months old.
I've never known what life is like without that. So it seems like an exciting prospect, but things are so good right now that I don't want to be unappreciating of everything that's happening in my life right now. So it's not soon, but it's something I get excited about dancing with in some ballroom one night. Like, this new stranger will walk in and sweep me off my feet, and his name will be retirement.
All right, so Jim, let me ask you this. 50 years old, we talk about, you know, all of us getting older. Is 50 sort of that wake-up call when retirement planning really starts to kind of get real for your folks?
It's super funny because if we're going to be completely honest, which is what our show is all about, right?
Absolutely.
You got two types of folks. Mm-hmm. You have those people, and I love you guys. Okay, you guys are awesome because you guys have tons of money, and you guys have been like, oh, like, I'm going to save my money from the day I turn 18. I'm putting 22% away. And then there's me, like, okay, I could put the money away, or I could buy speakers and rims. Right. I'm going to buy speakers and rims, right? Like, those are like the two types of people that I deal with, right? Mm-hmm. And it's funny because my best friend on the planet, it's Ted, and I love. He's like he is my brother. He truly is. I mean, my kids love him. I can't stand Ted because Ted, since the day he was born, has been disciplined and saved money, right? Mm-hmm. And he'll call me. He's like, okay, should I? I'm like, what are you even asking me? You never take my advice anyway, man. But sooner or later, even people like me, and I do this for a living, and how scary is this, is that you wake up and you go, oh my God, in 10 years, I'm going to be 60. Or in 15 years, I'm going to be 60. For me, what really hit me heavy was 2013. Okay. My daughter was born in July, and I started doing the math, and I was like, wow, when she graduates high school, I'm going to be 60. And then I'm like, and when she graduates college, I'm going to be 65, right? And by the time she has kids, I'll probably be 71. And it is like that. You finally find mortality, right? And you go, we just talked about me driving around old school hip hop. Sooner or later, I realized that, I don't want to be out. I'm laughing because I saw a meme the other day, and it says that somebody's going to create a club for Gen Xers that opens at 5:30 and shuts down at 10. Because Kevin, I don't want to leave my house once I go home for the day, right? It's like, we'll wait for tomorrow to go get that. Michelle's like, we need gas. We'll get it tomorrow morning. I don't want to leave right now. So we all hit an age. And for everybody, it registers at a different point. But I would say 50 is a fair thing. But I guess here's my problem with all of this is that it comes down to a lack of education. And it starts early on in life in your house, right? Learning from your mom and your dad. And then in high school, as you start to develop into a young adult, you're not giving the fundamentals of good decision making. Financially is what I'm talking about here, right? Because, my parents love them to death, but they didn't have any money. They were living paycheck to paycheck. And you get to high school and nobody teaches you anything there. And then you go away to college or you go out into the real world and you get a credit card or two. And then you find debt and then you get a car payment. And then life kind of just compounds on you.
Right.
And at some point you go, well, I know I should save more money, but I didn't, but I had to take care of the kids. And it just becomes this big story. And what I always tell people is this. When you're seeing me, you're probably seeing me in that next phase of life. You built what you have, and it's time to make it work for you. And unfortunately, you either have enough or you don't. I have to sit down with some people and tell them that there is virtually no chance that they can live the way they want to in retirement. There's an 8% chance that they will outlive their money. 8. That's not very high. Right? Most of the people we sit down, 75, 85, up to 95, they're an 8. So they have to make a decision on either working longer to save more, which I don't like the idea, or can we really kind of spend less money? They need too much money, to be honest with you. They're overspending in their goals for retirement. Retirement is a mathematical equation. That's all I got to say to you guys. It's a math problem. And our job is to make sense of the math problem. If you were 58 years old right now and you haven't saved any money, it's going to be very difficult for you to retire at 65 if you need more than just your Social Security income, right? Now, if you have a pension, that helps, obviously. But my biggest concern are for the people that are out there who've saved money but haven't figured out how to take the money they saved and convert it into retirement income. That's the challenge. I would say most people I sit down with have done a fantastic job of saving money, but they don't know how to convert it to an income stream in retirement. That is the niche that I fill. That's my zone. That's what I like to do, is to tell you mathematically the money that you saved will generate X amount of dollars. And if we do that, regardless if the markets go up or down, and we look over 50 years of data, we don't really have too much concern about you running out of money, because look at how we built your bucket strategy, right? That is what we do. Listen, if you're thinking about calling me because you want to get an 18% rate of return, do yourself and my staff a favor. Don't call. That's not what we do. I don't talk about rates of return here. If you want to know what Jim thinks a rate of return in retirement should look like, super simple, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be somewhere between your risk tolerance of maybe 4%. And if you're super up there, it might be 7.5 or 8%. But the days of getting 20% have come to an end as you near retirement. Yes, pieces of that can do it, but not as an overall average. Retirement is a math problem. Most of us sucked at math, including me, right?
I'm raising my hand too.
Stop trying to do the math on your own and stop trying to go to the guy who's selling you product after product and have him figure out. Instead, come into somebody who that's what they do day in and day out, is figure out how to take your money and turn it into income so you can enjoy retirement the way you envision. I could go on and on about this, but Kevin, I'm going to hand it back to you. Let you wrap this up for me. Come into our office. Let us help you through this. And the one thing I will tell you, nobody's going to lock the door when you come in and not let you leave. You can walk out anytime you want without somebody trying to shove something down your throat. All we want you to do is get good information so you can make good, educated decisions. And if we are the right fit, we would love to look at the opportunity to work with you.
321-414-7526 is that number. If you're 50, like Jim said, you're only 10 years away from 60. Boy, time flies. As they say when you have kids, the days are long, the years are short. You want to make sure you don't kick this can down the road. You want to stay on top of it. You want to start putting that plan in place for your retirement. 321-414-7526 is the number. 321-414-PLAN or online anytime at getfst.com. Folks, you know what that stands for, Financial Straight Talk. It's exactly what you get on this show. It's also the website as well, getfst.com. Well, Mr. Fox, we got about a minute left in the program, and like we do each and every week, my friend, the floor is all yours for the final word.
Thank you, sir. Well, every week, guys, Kevin and I want to just take an opportunity to say thank you. We know that you have tons of options when it comes to getting information, and we're just honored to be one of those resources. So like you said, if there's anything we can do, pick up that phone, give us a call. We're here to answer questions and walk you through this process that is retirement. But with all that being said, on behalf of myself and Mr. Kevin Mack, I want to thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next time on the Financial Straight Talk.
Thanks for listening to Financial Straight Talk with Jim Fox. To learn more, visit getfst.com.
Insurance products are offered through the insurance business Wadadley Financial Group. Wadadley Financial Group is also an investment advisory practice that offers products and services through Impact Partnership Wealth LLC IPW, a registered investment advisor. IPW does not offer insurance products. The insurance products offered by Wadadley Financial Group are not subject to investment advisor requirements. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal. Any references to protection, safety, or lifetime income generally refer to fixed insurance products, never securities or investments. Insurance guarantees are backed by the financial strength and claims paying abilities of the issuing carrier. This show is intended for informational purposes only. It is not intended to be used as the sole basis for financial decisions, nor should it be construed as advice designed to meet the particular needs of an individual's situation. Wadadley Financial Group is not permitted to offer, and no statement made during this show shall constitute tax or legal advice. Our firm is not affiliated with or endorsed by the U.S. government or any government agency. The information and opinions contained herein provided by third parties have been obtained from sources believed to be reliable, but accuracy and completeness cannot be guaranteed by Wadadley Financial Group.